Hey, it's Danny. Welcome back, members of the Wooz-Tang clan. I'm cracking myself up. That's stupid. Let's get straight into it. We're going to do 3 in 1 tonight. Yes, 3 Still Woozy tunes. We're going to do Cooks, Wolfcat, and Vacation. So do it quick. Like, subscribe, comment. Let's get into it. Let's start with Cooks. It's a 4-2-1 in the key of G major. That means it starts on the 4th chord, which is C, goes to the 2nd chord, which is A minor, and then the 1, which is G. And as usual, Sven uses his favourite shapes. As we've seen before, he loves that major 7 voicing, and don't we all? Then he goes down to an A minor 7 using that voicing, and then just back to a G major. So we're going to get this song on the looper, but I just want to quickly show you that intro guitar pattern. So I just want to point out a couple of things. Number 1, we've got the alternating bass that's happening on the guitar. So, but the tricky thing that I found there is, if I'm doing that, I want my bass to be even, like. See, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. But in this song, Sven goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the end there, you can definitely hear that there are 2 distinct D notes going on. So I'm pretty sure what's happening is he's holding his G like that. So 3rd fret, 5th fret, open, 4th fret. And then you can hear that he opens up the G string. Yeah, I'm confident that's what's happening there. It's late night, it's past 8, it's cold out. I don't know the words. But yeah, that next part of the song is just down to the bass. It's cold out, lost my keys, There we go. So we got the bass part there and guitar part number 1. So you can hear Sven come in with a second guitar part, which is basically, from what I can tell, little triads, just fleshing out those chords a little bit more. So over the C, what I can hear is he's adding a 9th in there as well, making it a C major 9. And adding an E over the G chord, making it a G6. And the one in between was just an A minor triad. These are hard to hear. There's keyboards, there's lots of washy things going on in the mix, but I reckon this is a fair approximation. So I'll lay this over the top. Yeah, cool. All right, now there's a B section in this song. So the B section, chord progression is basically D, then E minor, C, G, C. So D, E minor, C, G, C. Hangs on the C there. But it's got some lovely little harmony guitar parts and things over it. So let's put this part down as well. Okay, so the first guitar part in this section is really clever. So it's over the D. It's like 10, 12, 14 on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd strings, which makes a D6, but it's a close voicing. It's a little cluster. Then he goes right up to 19, 17, 19 on the same 3 strings, which is a little E minor 7 voicing. So you got your 5th, your root, and your flat 7. Then he slides that exact shape back 2 frets, 17, 15, 17, which makes like a C 6-9, C major 6-9 voicing. Then just a little G triad down to a C triad for those last 2 changes. So let's put that bit on top. Alright, there's part number 1. And the next part has just a D, like a D chord, open D, but up 12 frets, so 14, 15, 14. Then over the E minor, he's just playing an E minor chord. And then over the A minor, he's just playing an A minor. Then over the G, just a G. And sliding it up to a C at the 8th fret. So yeah, really standard chord shapes for that voicing. So let's see if we can put this part over the top. There we go. Sound beautiful, those little chords together. Okay, that's Cooks. Alright, number 2 is Wolfcat. Now this song, the entire thing is just one pattern of 3 chords. There's just so many layers, so I understand the requests as to what to play for this one. And I'm not going to try and reproduce the entire thing because there's just way too much going on. But let's take it back to the very basics. It's G, A, D, back to G. That's the tonality. Now, the simple theory would say, well, that's in the key of D. Hear how that sounds like it resolves? But the clever thing that Sven does in this song, when we get to the D chord, we hit a D7. We change the chord to a D7, which leads us back to our G. So even though the tonality of the song sounds like it's leading to D, when we get to the D, we want to go back to the G. So that's thing number 1 about these 3 chords, is that the D is a 7th chord. Now, thing number 2 is that Still Woozy, every major chord is like a major 7th or a major 9th or major 11th. So it's up to you what your ear hears for this. But I reckon a good old G major 9, the John Mayer voicing, some people like to call it, that could be your choice for your first chord in this. And then the A chord is like an A6. Then your D is like a D7 or a D9. Back to your G. G6. And you can hear a melody note going back to that from the 6 to the 5. So look, you could definitely cover this song, especially on acoustic, playing those chords. So a G major 9, A6, D7, G6 to G. That's our first pass. Hopefully that's gotten a few of you some chords that you can use for this. But you'll notice that intro, it's got that great sounding, if your root note is there like a G note, which I haven't got enough fingers, or my fingers, oh no, look, I can do it. That sounds like the first chord in that song. It's got lots of effects on it, but what I'm doing there is basically a G major 6-9. So I've got 15, 14, 14, 14, 15, 17. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And the second chord is like an A6 up there, so 12, 14, 14, 14. I'm skipping the D string. The next one, this is really hard because it sounds like a D9, but the 9 is quite low in the voicing, and it sounds like it's got a 13 right next to its flat 7. Yeah, it needs to be, I need someone else to hold that root note bit. And then the last one, the G6. Then he hits that It sounds like a harmonic actually. Anyway, that's how to make the intro sound quite a lot like what's going on there. Although it's probably just an effect. It's probably just like a harmonizer, sort of a H9 or something like that stacks up some fourths and fifths and such on the chord. Alright, but I am going to do a quick loop with this one because as the song picks up momentum, there's a second guitar part, well, many guitar parts, but there's a particular second guitar part that comes in that I think is worth having a quick look at. So there's our first voicings. Now, for that G major 9 that I mentioned, it could be a G6 9. It's really hard to hear it. I'm sure there's probably voicings going on with both of those in there, so whichever one you prefer either. Okay, so then let's put a couple of other sounds over that. So you got some big fat chords going on there. Okay, so this other guitar part, I'm going to put it on another track. So that's just some arpeggios. It's like a G major 7. It's like a B minor arpeggio, but it serves as a G major 7, then a A6, then a D7, then a G. So nothing too crazy going on there. So all that is the same pattern. It's like 19 on the bottom 3 strings back to 17. How cool is that? Same pattern at the 14th and 12th, same pattern at the 12th and 10th. Yeah, beautiful. Alright, that's Wolfcat. 2 down, 1 to go. Number 3 is Vacation, the most esoteric of the 3 tunes today. I love this the more I listen to it. It's got some crazy harmony and ideas going on. So look, very basic in terms of, you know, it's a fairly short loop. It starts with a little E bass riff. Now, to the uninitiated, you might think I just played some wrong notes. But that's where I think this song is genius, because that's all intentional. All those little bits are meant to be there. So for a start, it starts in E, an E5 with the 6 in there on the run down. There's a really cool little thing that he's doing, which is quite tricky to get right. It's taken me quite a few goes. He hammers the E note back on when he's playing going down to the 5th, like that. Oh, was that a bit Rick Beato? Like that. Then, very, very rare that when you're in your parent key or your starting chord, that you go to the very next fret, the very next interval, semitone, or flat 9, or whatever you want to call it. It's just not many songs that have that in there. So straight away, it caught my ear. I went, what is going on with this? So it runs up to the major 3rd, which is a G sharp note. But no, the bass has changed. It's now over a D. Oh, it's in 3/4. How many people are releasing songs in 3/4 in this day and age? I can't even think of the last, like, you know, Hendrix had a song in 3/4, Manic Depression. I don't think anyone else has released a waltz since then. Maybe Slim Dusty, I don't know. So 4 bars of E, a couple of bars of D, a couple of bars of A. I guess that's the basis of this song. But he's got that. So the flat 5 in his D chord, Yeah, the A, he slides into the augmented. Bit sloppy there still. You've played a bum note. But no, that's meant to be there. As the song progresses and harmonies build around it and hang off this stuff, it's fully intentional. So yeah, very clever little piece of music. I mean, not many people would take those 3 chords and end up with what Sven has done here on this recording. It's a cracker. It's really good. All right, so that's the bass line anyway. So let's loop that up. Now there's a few variations in the bass line. After the how cool is that? So yeah, that's what I mean, like that augmented, which yeah, it's an augmented in A, but it's a flat 9 in E, which is the chord he's resolving back to. Let's see if we can mock this up. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have a couple of cracks here at looping this stuff. So the voicings in the tabs here, this is what it sounds like to me. I'm fairly positive that these are coming from effects, but this sounds pretty much like it. So over the E chord, so that's open E, 11, 11, 11, 12, 14. Then it sounds like it zips up to something like that, or maybe I like it with the major third in it. My guitar's not perfectly in tune up here, sorry. So we've got 19, 18, 16, 19, 19. So that's just an E add 9 basically, but it sounds great because it's up so high. Then we go down to an E major 7 voicing, which I reckon that one sounds right for the last 2 bars. So it's 14, 13, 13, 16, 16. So 5, major 7, major third, major 7, major third. Then when it goes over to the D, it sounds like, I love that, because it's got like the flat 5 from that bass line. So 5, 7, 7, 9, 9. So then I've just gone 18, 18, 19, 19 on the bottom 4 strings, moved that shape down to 11, 11, 12, 12, back up, and then 14, 16, 14, 16 over the A. So over the D we've got the that as it resolves to the A. So it's a nice A major 9 voicing. 14, 16, 14, 16. Yeah. But to go into that, there's this great little stacking of the chords that happens. So that's what I want to try and get happening on the old Boss Looper here if we can. How's that sound? Woo! That's sweet. You got to admit, that's pretty sweet. Right, thank you. Thanks everybody for hanging around, and please keep those requests coming. Give me a like, please subscribe, share my clips. That'd be unreal, wouldn't it? Thanks everyone. See you soon. See you next week. See you next Friday. Can we wail over it? No, one more listen to the last bit.